Welcome. Thank you to coming to What's the Word with Kay Hickson. We are on episode 3 this week, and if you've tune on every week, then thank you for tuning in. This week, I have my good friend, my longtime friend here, Jewel. She is a freedom coach and the founder of the website IDecideYes.com. She has a lot of great things going on, and I can't wait to dive into them and talk to you guys about them. But before we get started on that, I want to give you guys some bizarre news. So, in bizarre news this week, we want to talk about the power of laughter because we're going to get into what laughter has to do with this episode very soon. But it's definitely the theme of the episode. You know, one thing about me, I love to laugh. So does Jewel. And that is what we definitely do the most in our friendship as well. And so, Jewel, I have to ask you, what do you think the longest it is that somebody has ever laughed for? And I want you guys to tell me in the comments what you guys think it is too.
Okay, so I'm gathering maybe 3 hours. I mean, that's a long time. That's kind of painful. 3 hours?
You are so cool. How did you know? It's 3 hours and 6 minutes.
Okay, because I can laugh for an hour straight. So I'm thinking like the longest.
Jewel, go for the gold, girl. Prep yourself to go for 3 hours and 10 minutes. Woo! Beat this man. Let me tell you this man's name. This man's name is Mr. Belachu Gurma from Ethiopia. Okay. And he did this in 2010. So nobody's laughed longer in almost 12 years. I say go for it.
Man, you know what? Okay. I will work my way up to that. I will do it.
Okay. That's a real goal to have.
Yes, it is.
I'm happy to join you too. Like I'll send you jokes all day.
Okay.
So before we move into the next segment, I did want to tell you this other really, really bizarre story I found.
Okay.
So apparently this woman was on the train in China a few years ago, and she was laughing so hard that her jaw dislocated and her entire mouth like fell. Like she was laughing so hard that her jaw fell. Oh. So her friends and everybody started freaking out. Luckily, there was a doctor on board, and he was able to relocate her jaw. What? And she eventually went and saw medical help. She's fine. She's fine. But imagine.
God. I can't.
And you know what? It did kind of hurt my throat because, like, I do. Sound bad. I was gonna say I do a lot of stuff with my jaw, but I was gonna say like when.
Shady. Okay.
When I laugh, all right. My mom probably watching. Good Lord. When I laugh, I be laughing real loud. So, and my mouth opens a lot. So I feel like my jaw be hurting. Like my jaw hurts a little bit right now. So I feel like I got to be careful because I feel like that could happen to me. If it's going to happen to anybody else other than this lady in China, it just might be me.
I have never heard of that. Wow. That's scary.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's scary.
It's kind of funny too. Like, oh my gosh.
If I'm gonna dislocate something or break something, I hope it's from laughing or doing something pleasurable.
Okay, that's a nice perspective.
Mm-hmm. So, Jewel, I gotta know. Let's tune into our next section because I gotta get into the weekly watch list this week.
Okay.
And I want to know, what have you been watching?
Okay, so I don't really watch TV, but I read, okay? So I purchased a new book this week. I'm really excited about it. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it, all right? It's titled Set Boundaries, Find Peace, A Guide to Reclaiming Yourself by Nidra Glover Tawwab. She is a licensed therapist. She is now known as the Queen of Boundaries, and we can all use some improvement with setting boundaries. So I'm really excited to jump into this book. I haven't started yet, but this is something that I think we all need to read. And so I've already read this book. It's called Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. Now, I already read this before, but I always reference it. I'm always working towards becoming the best version of myself. And with that, it requires a lot of habits and making sure they're successful. So James Clear, he provides so many practical tips for doing that. So I'm always referencing this. I always recommend this to my clients and anyone I meet. So make sure you get your copy of Atomic Habits.
I'm definitely getting that because I do not have Atomic Habits.
Yes, you need to get it. This is on everyone's bookshelf. I'm telling you, it's amazing. So shout out to James Clear for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been watching much TV this week either. Because I told myself you got to start reading more because I was just watching everything. I was involved in too many shows. So this week I'm reading a book by Jen Sinclairo. Forgot what it's called, but it's about manifesting money, and she also is the author of it's a very popular book, and it's called How to Be a Badass. Have you ever heard of that one?
Yes.
It's the same author. Okay, so that's what the name of the book is. How to Be a Badass at Making Money.
Okay, yes. I like that.
So it's my type of book, because one thing about me, I like to make me some money. So that's what I'm reading this week.
Nothing wrong with that.
We're switching it up this week. Don't watch TV this week, guys. Go buy some books and then tell us in the comments what you guys are reading, because I love a good read. Y'all know I'm an author. So, and a writer, so I love to read.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on and get into our next segment. What is the word on the street? I want to know what is the word on the street with Jewel. Hi, my dear friend. Me and Jewel are, for all my Greeks out there, line sisters. We've been friends since college. Yeah. Jewel has been one of my most inspirational friends. I'm not even just saying that because we're on YouTube Live. I mean that. Jewel is always go for the gold. She's always, even when we were in college, I'm just trying to go get a grilled cheese, and Jewel is running her own business. I swear to God. And I was just like, what is going on? In her dorm room, she had her business materials stacked up. So let's get into what you got going on in present day.
Yes. So, yes, my name is Jewel. Hi, I am a freedom coach. And what that means is I push humans to become the best version of themselves and enjoy life on their own terms through coaching and laughter yoga. I founded a company called I Decide Yes. And with that, I'm able to work with people one-on-one. I'm able to work with teams all around the world to help them boost creativity, build stronger bonds, and relieve any stress and anxiety at the workplace. It's been an amazing journey thus far.
Yeah. So what inspired you to get into this work?
I remember sitting at a cafe in Milan, Italy, feeling so dissatisfied at the height of my career as a shoe designer. When sales significantly declined, I didn't have the energy or desire to even try to save my business at that point. And that is when I hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. Growing up in a dysfunctional environment led me to hold myself to extremely high standards. And with that, I got to a point where it was heartbreaking to feel so confused and unfulfilled, even after checking all the boxes, And with that, I just wanted to break free from all the pressures and illusions from society. I pivoted and started my journey of self-discovery, which is really transformational. Mm-hmm. And doing that with coaching and different healing modalities. I shortly just after discovered that many people are struggling to find happiness. And I always knew my gift was my ability to bring the best out of people. Mm-hmm. So I then made it my mission to end self-inflicted suffering and evoke the feeling of joy any chance I could get. All right. I became certified in mental health life coaching and laughter yoga. And I decide yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the journey.
That is just such an amazing journey. I like we always say, you definitely do. I'm telling y'all, every room that Jewel walks into, it just gets lighter. It really just does. Jewel just really brings the light. She brings the energy. She brings the happiness everywhere she goes. It translates into her business model. You really are doing a service to the world in your work, and I just commend you. I love you. But I'm getting all mushy. Let's jump into my next question. What's the difference between happiness and joy? Because you talked about happiness a lot, but you also speak about joy a lot. So let's
Yes. So there is a difference. Okay. Mm-hmm. Joy is immense satisfaction that is consistent. It's independent from a person, a thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's an emotion that actually derives from your soul. Happiness, however, it is usually tied to a thing or reaching a goal or something, like, let's say, finally purchasing that vehicle that you've been eyeing for 2 years. You get it. And then once you get it, those that emotion kind of fades either that day, weeks later, or even months later. And then you're already on to the next thing because that's just how it is in our culture, right? So that's the main difference between the two. And I tend to always go towards joy because it's actually our natural state as human beings. It's the highest vibrational frequency, one of the highest. It's right next to love. So, yes.
Well, I love to feel joy, okay? And, I try to feel joy every day. Today, can I tell you, I woke up today and I argued with 4 people before I even got out of my bed this morning. And I was like, I have to turn my day around. And I did.
You did. Hey, and there you have it. Go, good girl.
So my last question for you tonight, before we move into the funnest part of this show, and I'm so excited for what we have for you guys in the last few minutes of the show. My last question is, what is the benefits of laughter, and what are like some of the benefits of laughter, health-wise, and just everything, mental health, everything.
Yes. So laughter has many psychological and physiological benefits. Okay. It boosts your immune system. Why? Because it allows more oxygen to get to your cells, which helps you fight off infection. It boosts your mood. Okay. It lowers blood sugar, lowers the bad cholesterol. It releases happy chemicals like serotonin and dopamine and endorphins, even the pleasure chemical. All right. It allows you, it also increases the natural cancer killer cells in your body. So yes, a lot of people who are battling cancer, that's one of the therapies they use, laughter, which is really amazing. So it does wonders for the body, and you don't need a reason to laugh. So I say laugh as often as possible.
Yeah. I'm serious. That is my favorite. Well, it's my second favorite thing to do. My first favorite thing to do is write, obviously, but I love to laugh. I will laugh and one thing about me and my friends, shout out to Lonnie and Leah, because I know y'all are watching, and we love to drag a joke. We will drag a joke on for days, hours. We'll bring it back up. If we see a funny meme, we got to put 8 million captions under it and laugh at all of them. I love to laugh. I have to laugh every day. If I didn't laugh that day, it was not a good day. So, with that being said, let's get into let's get into some laughter yoga. My favorite thing.
Laughter yoga.
I love me some laughter yoga.
Laughter yoga. So you're probably wondering, what the heck is laughter yoga? So laughter yoga is a combination of laughter exercises and deep breathing exercises. That's where the yoga comes into. So it's not really about the traditional yoga poses, none of that. It's based on the concept that your body cannot differentiate between real or fake laughter. It's usually done in a group with childlike playfulness. All right. So Katie, let's start off with a warm-up. All right. So you're going to clap to your center while saying ho, ho. Then you're going to clap to your side 3 times while saying ha, ha, ha. All right. After each set, you rotate to the other side. Join me. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Very good. Very good. So after each laughter exercise, I'm going to end it with that particular exercise. So once you hear it, that's your cue to join in. Everyone that's watching, please join us. Okay, the first laughter exercise is called mental floss. Okay, so if you haven't noticed, you have about 60,000 negative thoughts circulating in your subconscious mind, right? So just like you floss your teeth, you're going to floss your brain, all right? So I want you to put your arms up like this. Okay, hold that floss in your hands. And what you're going to do is you're going to rotate side by side like this and pretend you're flossing your brain while laughing away all the negative thoughts. Join me. Oh, get it really good. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, 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 ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. All right, next laughter exercise is called Animal Kingdom. Now,
that's my favorite one. You guys gotta join in the comments.
Okay,
you can play right now. Everybody get to do this. You guys gotta do this one.
So what you're going to do is just pretend you're at this animal kingdom. Choose any animal that you love and actually make the sound that animal makes while laughing. Okay, so we're just ourselves. So let's go. Here we go. I can't hear you, Katie.
I forgot my animals. I saw elephants like, woo!
Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha.
Ha,
Ho,
whoa, whoa, ha, ha, ha.
ho, ho,
Whoa, ha, ha, ha.
ho, ho,
Ho,
ha, ha,
ha,
ha.
ha, ha.
Okay, next up. Now, this is very important. If you haven't realized, when you laugh, you exhale longer than you inhale. Okay, so when you exhale longer than you inhale, you get rid of all that stale air in your lungs, right? So this is called the lion laughter. So I want you to lift your hands up like this, spread your fingers out like a lion. All right.
Okay.
And stick your tongue out, and you're gonna roar like a lion while laughing. And make sure you feel it in your belly. Okay, we're gonna get rid of all that stale air. So go all out. Here goes. Let's go. Okay, so next up, we're just going to take it down a little bit. You've been too hard on yourself. It's time to show your body some love. You hear me? So I want you to give yourself a nice hug like this. Okay. Okay? And we're going to laugh gently as we show ourselves some love. Here we go. Yes, you're doing a great job.
I feel like a villain.
Oh, yes. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Very nice. How are you feeling?
I feel so good. You know, I love me some laughter yoga. I always feel so good after laughter yoga with you. And I always feel so silly. And I'm so happy that these viewers can see me being silly, because I love to do this.
I love it too. Honestly, it's life-changing. And you know, people think it's weird, but who cares? Because I remember all the benefits that laughter gives me. So even when I get upset about something, that is a tool I use. I immediately start laughing, releasing those happy chemicals, and then I go ahead and approach the problem. So it's life-changing. I love it. And laughter is contagious. So even if you laugh, you're helping someone else nearby. It's just the universe.
They are laughing in the comments, so they're going through here. It's like, they're like, yo, I love this. Well, they are dying.
Fantastic.
So Jewel, I gotta tell you, thank you so much for coming on the show. When I first started this show, I'm telling y'all, Jewel was the first person I was like, well, I gotta have Jewel on the show, because we gotta do some laughter yoga on that show, because that is like, it's so funny. I'm so mad that tonight I forgot all my animals, but anyways, that's like my favorite one. But thank you so much for joining us. Everybody stay tuned in. We are about to move on into Queenie Unfiltered at 10 p.m. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Thank you for tuning into What's the Word. Next week, we got somebody calling in from Thailand, y'all. So that's my guest is living in Thailand. So we're going to come to y'all next week. I got something really good for y'all next week for episode 4. Thank you again, Jewel. Jewel, let them know where to find you. You know.
Yes, thank you. So you can reach me on Instagram at Jewel High and Facebook at Jewel High, as well as LinkedIn. My company page on Facebook is I Decide Yes. Be sure to visit my website at idecideyes.com. Woo!
Woo! Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to What's the Word.